The Trump administration told OpenAI to approve GPT-5.6 access customer by customer, forcing a limited preview instead of a public launch. Sam Altman announced in a staff Q&A that the rollout will be restricted to a handful of enterprise partners, while the government reviews each request. This isn't a voluntary pause. It's a direct mandate from the Office of the National Cyber Director and the Office of Science and Technology Policy. The move flips the usual narrative that AI firms self-regulate for safety. What the administration is really doing is creating a gatekeeping model where every client must get federal sign-off before using a frontier model. The Verge notes that the same approach was used on Anthropic's Mythos, but with an export control twist that barred non-US citizens. That tells builders the next bottleneck isn't compute or data, it's paperwork. If you're planning a product that relies on the newest LLM, you now have to factor a government review into your roadmap. Critics argue the policy is heavy-handed and could stifle innovation, yet the underlying fear is concrete. Frontier models can generate malware or automate sophisticated attacks. The TechCrunch piece cites real concerns about LLMs writing ransomware at speed no human can match. When a model can both discover and exploit vulnerabilities, the risk calculus changes dramatically. Builders must treat safety not as an afterthought, but as a core design constraint. Most coverage misses that the real shift is the government taking case-by-case control of model access, not just a vague safety warning. That precedent means future releases will likely be filtered through a federal approval pipeline, turning regulatory compliance into a product feature. Companies that ignore this will find their launch dates slipping or their customers blocked. The industry is moving from release fast to release with a permit. For developers, the practical impact is immediate. You'll need to build internal processes to submit use case documentation, security assessments, and possibly export control filings before you can ship a feature powered by GPT-5.6. That adds weeks, if not months, to your development sprint. Ignoring it isn't an option. The government will simply deny access and your product stalls. And here's the thing, the limited preview could actually benefit early adopters who get a closer line of sight to regulatory expectations. By working with the government now, OpenAI can shape the criteria that will later apply to the broader release. Early partners will learn what acceptable risk looks like in practice, giving them a competitive edge when the model finally goes public. It's a new kind of partnership, not just with OpenAI, but with the regulators themselves. Bottom line, regulatory pressure is no longer a peripheral concern. It's a central scheduling factor for AI product teams. If you're building anything that depends on cutting-edge language models, plan for a case-by-case approval process and allocate resources for compliance work. The next wave of AI releases will be judged not just by performance benchmarks, but by how well teams navigate federal sign-off.